Canada. The color red represents the blood spilled for freedom and unity of Canada, the maple leaf represents the nature and heritage of Canada, and its 11 points represent the 11 provinces and territories of Canada. Germany. The color black represents the struggles and hardships that the German people have endured throughout their history, the color red represents the blood spilled for freedom and unity, and the color gold represents the wealth and prosperity of the future. Ukraine. The blue color in the Ukrainian flag symbolizes the sky and is interpreted as a symbol of peace, hope, and loyalty. The yellow color symbolizes wheat and the sun and is interpreted as a symbol of wealth, prosperity, and unity. Japan. The white color in the Japanese flag symbolizes purity, sincerity, and virtue. The red circle symbolizes the sun and is often interpreted as the rising sun and is a symbol of power, vitality, and prosperity. Iran. The color green represents Islam, the color white represents peace and tranquility, and the color red represents courage and sacrifice. India. The saffron color at the top of the flag represents courage and sacrifice. It is also associated with the Hindu religion, which is the majority religion in India. The white color in the middle of the flag represents peace and truth. Also associated with purity and light, the green color at the bottom of the flag represents faith and prosperity. Also associated with the land and agriculture, the Dharma chakra is a 24-spoked wheel that represents the cycle of life and death. Symbol of Dharma, which is the Hindu concept of righteousness and cosmic law. Jordan. Black represents the Abbasid Caliphate, white represents the Umayyad Caliphate, green represents the Fatimid Caliphate, red represents the Hashemite dynasty, red chevron represents the Hashemite dynasty. 7-pointed star represents the unity of the Arab people and the 7 verses of the Fatiha. China. Red represents the Chinese Communist Revolution and the blood of those who fought for the country. Gold stars represent the unity of the Chinese people under the leadership of the Communist Party. Large star represents the Communist Party. 4 smaller stars represent the 4 social classes of the Chinese people: workers, peasants, soldiers, and intellectuals. Korea. The taegyuk is the red and blue circle in the center of the flag. It is an ancient Korean symbol that represents yin and yang, the 2 complementary forces that make up the universe. The red represents yang, which is associated with masculinity, activity, and heaven. The blue represents yin, which is associated with femininity, passivity, and earth. The 4 trigrams in the corners of the flag are called Jian, Gan, Gam, and Ri. They represent the 4 basic elements of nature: sky, earth, water, and fire. They also represent the 4 cardinal directions: east, west, north, and south. The white background of the flag represents peace and purity. Portugal. The green color at the top of the flag represents hope for the future. It was adopted in 1910 to replace the blue color that had been used in the previous flag. The red color at the bottom of the flag represents the blood of those who fought for Portugal's independence and freedom. It has been used in Portuguese flags since the Middle Ages. The white shield represents purity and faith. It has been used in Portuguese flags since the 12th century. The 5 blue roundels on the shield represent the 5 Moorish kings who were defeated by King Afonso Henriques at the Battle of Arique in 1139. The roundels are also said to represent the 5 wounds of Christ. The golden royal crown at the top of the shield represents the monarchy. It has been used in Portuguese flags since the 13th century. The 2 golden escutcheons on either side of the shield represent the 7 castles of Castile, which were added to the Portuguese coat of arms in the 13th century. Australia. Blue represents the sky and the sea, white represents the clouds and peace, red represents the blood spilt in war and valor. Union Jack, the small British flag in the canton represents Australia's historical ties to the United Kingdom. Commonwealth Star, the large white seven-pointed star below the Union Jack represents the unity of the Australian nation and its membership in the Commonwealth of Nations. The 6 smaller points represent the 6 states of Australia, and the larger central point represents the Northern Territory. Southern Cross, the constellation of 6 stars on the right half of the flag represents Australia's location in the Southern Hemisphere and Christianity.